Hello, a very good evening and welcome to the hotspot. Yet again, another day for us to talk Manchester United. Guys, the two of them are back like they never left. We've got news concerning Andre Onana, but also we've got a major development concerning the arrival of a holding midfielder that many of you want to see at Manchester United. Subscribe. I thank you if you have. We are on a good road to 300, but I thank you if you've subscribed already. If you haven't, guys, what's up, what's happening, what's up, and show some love to a brother and subscribe to the hotspot, because it's here that we get to talk Manchester United. Now, guys, guess what? It is known, it is confirmed that these two are back. Lisandro Martinez and Rafael Varane are back in the squad for Manchester United. Remember, they both got injured on the same day. It was the 13th of April in that very forgettable game against Sevilla. That was in the Europa League. That was in April, way back in April. Both of our best centre-backs, World Cup winners, limping off because of injury. But Lisandro Martinez is returning. He did return. He will be part of the team that will be playing that game against Leeds United in the preseason. But also his partner in crime, his preferred partner, that is Rafael Varane, is also back. They both got off on the same game, and Martinez was ruled out for the rest of the season. Rafael Varane was ruled out for a couple of weeks. It was not clear at first, but he was out for the rest of the season. But here we are having them back, and I'm going to talk about what that means in a bit, because their return could actually release Manchester United to go on and be able to make certain signings, focus on certain signings, that is now. But here is the thing: tomorrow, that man Ten Hag has named his team that will be going for that game of that preseason game against Leeds United, and the tour is on. It has begun, and guys, football is back. We'll talk about it more in depth, but here we are. So those are the players, the goalkeepers, Tom Heaton and Nathan Bishop, Matej Kova. None of those will be starting in between our sticks. I think for those, we may not even dwell on them. We know that Andre Onana will be coming in. Then defenders: Alvaro Fernandez, Rhys Bennett, Will Fish, Mark Juado, Lisandro Martinez, and Rafael Varane, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and Brandon Williams. Now, these are the defenders who are back in camp, and those are the ones confirmed who are going to be going for that trip. And that is where I want to dwell for the most part of the video. Of course, those are the rest of the other players, the midfielders. Most of those you don't know. Fred is there, but you will note that Donny van de Beek is not part of the list of players who were selected in that midfield position. So meaning, probably, Donny van de Beek is on his way out because he returned for training. He was among those who came first for training, but he's not part of the team traveling. He's either injured or he's actually wanted out, and indeed he's closer to his departure. Dan Gowe, Hannibal, Isak Hansen, Aroen, Kobe Maino, Mason Mount is another senior player, key player in the team, who is part of the team that was named by Ten Hag. Charlie Savage, and then the forwards: Amad Diallo, Noam Emaran, Omari Foson, Jadon Sancho is also part of the team, and that other guy, Shola Shortire. But the key for me is the fact that Donny van de Beek was left out. It shows you that perhaps he's not in the plans for Ten Hag. We've been talking about this, but we also know that he's hopping from club to club now, trying to get a new club for himself. So we won't dwell on him. But let's talk about Rafael Varane, and that is Lisandro Martinez. These two players who are so important, guys. When these players got injured, I think that is when we felt, it's all going to come crumbling down for Manchester United, because we know exactly what the two World Cup winners add to the backline of Manchester United, and we saw how we struggled with Luke Shaw coming in at times. Of course, Harry Maguire being Harry Maguire and doing Maguire things. Then we had Victor Lindelof ably coming in. I think Lindelof was a good deputy, to give it up to him. But United struggled without these two. So if they are returning both at the same time, they fell sick at the same time, they got injured at the same time, returning at the same time, part of the first game of preseason, for me that's a beautiful sign. It's a very good sign. It shows you that actually chances are they will be starting the season fit. Now, if that was the case, for me this is what it means. It means United may not want, because remember the issue we have is we've got so many departments to sort, but we've got little money. So if these two are fully fit, and the reason why we've always wanted to sign a centre back is because these two are not fully fit. Now, if we've got them back and fit to start the season, it buys us more time. Of course, we know that they will not be 100% fit for the entire season. They will need able backups. But in the situation where we're at, we want to sign several players, about 5 players in total, and we don't have the money. If these players look fit enough to start the season, I think it then releases us and says, okay, let's now focus on signing Amrabat, because we know we are going to sign a goalkeeper, Onana. We've signed Mason Mount. We will sign Rasmus Højlund. But that's as if that's like probably the money we have, because if you spend 40 million if you spend 55 million on Mason Mount, you spend about 50 or 45 to 50 million on Onana. Already that's 100 plus. Then you spend 50 million, most likely that's pounds, on Rasmus Højlund. So chances are we may not have money to go on and sign other players in all the departments we want to sort. So we might have to compromise on one, and I think this makes the decision easy, that let's compromise on the back line, on the defense, because we've got these 2 players fit to start the season, and let's go get Amrabat. So for me, seeing these two in the squad, the first thing I thought about is that Amrabat could be coming, and Amrabat's coming is not on the budget that's there, but it's also dependent on the ones we are selling. Fred will be leaving without a doubt. We'll get about 15 million pounds for Fred. Then we know that we can sell another one player, Dean Henderson probably, because he's also omitted. He's not part of he was not part. Him and Van de Beek are the key, players we didn't see in that team. If you saw that, he was not among the goalkeepers, Dean Henderson. So probably he's also leaving. So if we get that money, and that could be just the exact amount of money we need to buy Sofian Amrabat. So the return of these two is going to release us from the Axel Disasi chase, because again, if we don't have enough money, we can as well wait to buy Disasi and go back for him later, maybe in January. So for me, I think it's good news in every way you look at it. First, in terms of the pitch, because this is the best defensive partnership for United, but also it releases us from the burden of now getting another centre back, and we focus the little money we could collect from the sales to buy a backup for Casemiro. That's for me the best thing, and for me that's where the celebration should be. But if you imagine how solid then our team would be, because guys, to be honest, and I'm sure many of you will be feeling like me, I think whereas we've known and we've been all throughout the season focused on a striker, a goalkeeper, we've been focused on, of course, Mason Mount was never a focus for us, but for the manager and the club. Low-key, I was feeling we cannot bank on the fitness of these two, and I was thinking if these two don't start the season fit, we certainly need a centre back. But the fact that they are part of the first game of preseason, for me, it relieves me of a lot of pressure, and I'm sure many of you will resonate with my feeling. It does relieve me of a lot of pressure, because now we know that we can focus and know at least in goal we are sorted, because you don't think you're going to have a ball-playing goalkeeper like Andre Onana playing next to Harry Maguire. That's disaster. Harry Maguire is the kind of player who, at times when things go hard, he will run and hide behind a fellow player. This is Maguire. When Onana is playing, don't pass the ball to me, he will hide. Maguire will hide behind a fellow player so that they don't pass the ball to him. That's how bad Maguire is. So you don't think you want to spend 50 million quid on the best goalkeeper in Europe, and you have him playing with Harry Maguire. Pass the ball to Harry Maguire, and then he does what? It will be a recipe for disaster. So these two returning will actually make all our signings make sense, because you've got the best goalkeeper, a solid goalkeeper in between your sticks. You've got ball players who can be part of the build-up. So you know that Onana can play, and even when Onana presses, because joins the press from behind, and we push, we press forward from the goal, which we want to do, because Onana is one player who will step yards out of his box when we are pressing. That's how good he is. He's pushing ball players ahead of him, so they are adding on to our attack. The goalkeeper and the players in front, the back line, the centre backs, are also adding on our attack. So that gives us a lot of advantage. And we know that is how Eric Ten Hag likes to play. He loves to press. He loves to press. And if you've got Onana in between the sticks, and you've got Lisandro Martinez and Rafael Varane fit, let me tell you, Wolves will run out of the Old Trafford before the game ends, before the final whistle. Subscribe to the Hotspot. My name is Webb.